What stresses you out the most?
What stresses me out the most? I think living life
Mm-hmm.
and not living it fully
Mm-hmm.
according to my purpose. I feel like everyone in this world
Yeah.
was brought into this world with an agenda
Mm-hmm.
or a specific reason,
Mm-hmm.
which now to me is your reason of being, which
Mm-hmm.
is
Yeah.
your purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So, me knowing that and deep down knowing that, and then living life and not being able to achieve that. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Balance It podcast. In this podcast, we delve into different conversations about wellness and purpose.
We are going to go into the diverse landscape of purpose driven living, personal development, mindfulness, and anything related to personal growth. So, we are your hosts. I'm Gertrude.
And I'm Eda Onyoni, and welcome to this episode. So, today we are doing it differently. Today we have a set of questions here, and we will be answering this set of questions. This set of questions are about ourselves, so it's like get to know more about your hosts. So we will do it differently today. So we will pick the questions randomly.
Mm-hmm.
You will pick your question, I will pick my question,
Okay.
and then you get to read what you have as your question.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever will pick has first will go first, and then you get to answer your question, and I get to answer your question as well, and then
Okay.
we will actually continue the same way.
Okay.
So I think you can go first. Drum rolls.
Okay, so should I just like open?
Yeah, you open, you read it out, then we can go in turns answering it.
Okay.
Disclaimer, guys. Disclaimer. These are our own experiences. You might have different experiences.
Yeah.
So do not judge us. Be kind to us. Be very polite to us.
Just letting you guys know.
Yes.
Okay. So this question, okay, how much does your personality change when you're around different people?
How much does my personality
Yes.
change
Yeah.
when I'm around different people?
Yes.
Okay. I can say I'm both an introvert and an extrovert.
Mm-hmm.
So depending on who I am with, on different circumstances, definitely either my introvertedness comes in or my extrovertedness comes in. I'm an ambivert, I can say.
Mm-hmm.
So if I find I'm in a group of people where people are more bubbly and they show these extroverted sides, then my introverted side will naturally come in. But if I'm in an environment where I find people are a little bit laid back, then just to make the room lighter, I will come out as an extroverted person. But most of the time, I'm highly introverted. I can say like 60-40%, but I'm definitely an ambivert.
I think for me, I wouldn't say it changes a lot. Mostly, it just depends with the situation as well, and also the attitude of whoever I'm meeting. But for whoever has met me, like I would just associate with anyone the same way, literally the same way, unless I just feel a different kind of energy that I'm not welcoming. That's how I would like just respectfully put you at bay. Yeah. But for everyone, my personality just still stays the same most of the time.
Just to ask, are you an extrovert? An introvert?
I would say nowadays I'm an extrovert. Maybe like 3 years ago, I was deeply introverted. Like I wouldn't even speak to anyone, even starting conversations. I would be so I don't know, so afraid, and I would just like my space. And you see the way people say that you need to stay like those people going out or wanting to be in a group of people. For me, I would really enjoy my company. Like my go-to place, I would literally enjoy just staying in the
Yourself.
house. Yeah, and I would get so stressed thinking about leaving the house. But right now, I would say 2 years ago, I have been so extroverted, basically as a result of the environment and the people I associated with later on after school. And I think it's a very good thing. Yes.
And I think just embracing that
Yeah.
because sometimes people are so hard on themselves such that they don't want to change or just embrace the new selves as they are evolving to become different people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
That's good to know. I actually thought you were an extrovert. I never thought you as being an
Introvert.
Yeah.
I used to, but nowadays I would say I'm an extrovert. Like mostly the extroverted side is now out there as compared to the introverted side.
Okay. Second question.
Mhm.
What are you putting off right now?
Oh my god.
These questions are kind of tricky.
Yeah, they're tricky because, like, for me, I don't have a specific thing I'm putting off. I would say it's situational, but definitely there are those habits that I'm really trying to change, especially financial habits, because I have goals that, like, some financial goals that I really want to achieve this year. So there's some financial habits that I'm really trying to change. So I would say that some of those habits are the ones I'm trying to put off and trying to embrace the newer ones.
So what exactly are you putting off? Let me say maybe in your financial, maybe something that you're okay to share out to the public. In your financial, what financial habits are you trying to put off right now?
I'm trying to put off spending on things that are really not necessary. Yeah, because sometimes you just feel like you really want to get something, but deep within, it's not necessary. Like it's not a need or it's not something that you really need it at that point.
Yeah.
So I would say that's one of the things I'm trying to put off. Yeah.
And
What about you?
To me, well, yes, there are as well many, and I can say, but my number one biggest habit that I want to, I've really been struggling to put off it. I've tried. Like the last quarter of 2023, I was very intentional about it, and right now I'm as well very intentional about it. It's procrastination. Sometimes outside here, people might seem that you are very much collected, but the struggle that it actually took you to maybe get out of the house, it was a real struggle. But now for me, yes, procrastination has been my biggest problem, and me just coming out openly to speak about it helps me because I feel like I'm accountable to the public, to whatever I am putting out there. It should be authentic with me. So me saying it out loud helps me, and it's because actually the last quarter of the last year, last quarter of last year, I talked to somebody openly about it, and that is how I've been able to overcome it. So every time I'm in my cocoon and I feel like I need to procrastinate something, I remember like maybe I'm accountable to that person or to the public. So let me stand up and do what I'm supposed to do.
So is this person like an accountability partner or?
It was actually my sister that I was talking to because I kept on telling her I'm supposed to do this, I'm supposed to do this, but I didn't.
Yeah,
I was not doing it, and she was like, "Why do you keep on procrastinating?" So that's just those conversations, and then it comes to your mind. Why am I really procrastinating on this?
That makes sense.
Yeah, but it is really it's been a struggle, but we are doing well. I can say we are growing, we are evolving to be better people.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see the next one.
We are moving so very fast, so swiftly, so swiftly.
So what stresses you out the most?
What stresses me out the most? I think living life
Mhm.
and not living it fully
Mhm.
according to my purpose. I feel like everyone in this world
Yeah.
was brought into this world with an agenda or
Mhm.
a specific reason,
Mhm.
which now to me is your reason of being, which
Mhm.
is
Yeah.
your purpose.
Mhm.
So, me knowing that and deep down knowing that, and then living life and not being able to
To
achieve
achieve that.
that stresses me a lot.
Ah.
And sometimes
Mhm.
it's a point of I really don't know what I'm supposed to do about this whole
Mhm.
purpose thing, but
Yeah.
let me do something.
Ah. Mhm.
Such that over time I've
Mhm.
been able to get to know my purpose,
Mhm.
and that is why I'm living it currently. Even doing this, what I'm doing right now,
Is part
speaking,
of your
is part of
purpose.
my purpose.
Uh-huh.
And it was from a point of talking to myself that if I don't begin it, then I wouldn't be able to actually achieve it.
Wow.
And you know how it was definitely a problem for us starting this.
Yeah.
So me like talking to myself in my mind, and actually doing it is a way of me telling myself that at least you are doing something, you are walking this path according to your purpose.
Wow. Hey,
Yeah.
you just said that, and I was like, I think we need to do something about purpose and how to know your purpose, because I feel like for some of us, including me, I'm still struggling to really find out and just living with it. So just to answer this question, I think for me, what stresses me out, I don't have a specific thing that stresses me out. I would say my stress, my stresses just come from different situations. Sometimes it might be something that really didn't stress me yesterday, but today it's just coming out different and you're just feeling overwhelmed. But if it's to point out on something, I would say maybe just not knowing what to do or feeling like you're actually putting in action and probably you're not seeing results, even if it's not immediate, even if it's after a while. And you just don't know what to do. You just feel like it's like you're overwhelmed. You don't know what to do next. And yeah, I would say that's really what might stress me, but it still comes to situational issues. Yeah.
It's like a question of am I in the right path? Am I doing the right thing?
Yeah.
And you actually don't know, but you have to do something and you
Yes.
can't be stagnant the whole time.
Yeah.
So am I doing the right thing? Yeah, I think because life is very uncertain as well. So me, I always tell myself, as long as like I always ask myself, what is the next step that I need to make? Even if I don't know the end goal of everything that I'm doing, like what is the next step that I'm supposed to make? And then I move. Because otherwise then we'll be stagnant.
Yeah, very
And
true.
the goal is not to be stagnant. We have to move on. Yeah. I think I'm enjoying these questions.
I'm also enjoying them. I just hope the next ones are
Let's
be good.
Okay, so this is interesting. What's the spiciest food you've ever eaten?
I should start.
What is the
I would say it's Indian. Yeah, Indian food. Yeah, and this was prepared by a friend of mine, a roommate of mine actually. She was from one of those countries, yeah. And one day she prepared. It was during the celebrations, and she really prepared the food, and they were having fun with their friends. And she invited me, and the food was really looking so nice, and then I tested, and my my spiciness tolerance, I don't know if that's a word, is very low. So I was just feeling like my mouth is I don't know. So I would say that's the most spicy food I've eaten, because back home mostly we don't do spicy food.
Yeah, would you want to try it again?
Yeah, but not but with moderate spice. Yeah, not too much.
So, for me, the most spiciest food I've ever had is Ghanaian food. Ghanaian and Nigerian food specifically. And that was my first incident was the Ghanaian soup. It was so yummy, it looked so yummy, it looked so delicious. It looks so, the tomato paste, and when you boil the tomato paste, and it's just like tomato paste, and then but it had a lot of mixed spices. It looked so delicious, but it was super spicy, so I couldn't eat it because it was being served rice and that soup and some protein. But now I couldn't have the food. I couldn't have the soup because it's super spicy, super spicy. We love our Nigerian friends and our Ghanaian friends, but the spicy in that food. But yeah, that's it. That's it for me.
Okay, let's look at the next one. So what stresses you out the most?
What stresses me out the most?
Yeah.
I can say not living my life fully. I believe that everyone, when you are born, before God formed you in your mother's womb, He had a purpose for you, and that purpose is why you are brought into this world. And I believe I have a purpose. Some other people will have a different narrative, which is totally okay. But I believe I have a purpose, and everyone should get to know their purpose and live fully in their purpose. So me knowing my purpose right now, it took some time for me to actually know my purpose. And I think that should be a whole lot different conversation that we can be having.
True.
Me getting to know me knowing my purpose, and even if I do not know how, knowing I need to achieve it, however much time it will take. And now not fully achieving it, that is my problem. That is what stresses me. Stresses me the most. It is different when you don't know your purpose. But when you know your purpose and then now you do not achieve it, that stresses me the most. What about you?
I think for me it's basically situational. Sometimes you'd find what stressed me yesterday is different from what's stressing me today. But I would say basically just not knowing what's next. Or sometimes you're really working towards something and then you realize it's like you're not seeing progress and you really don't know what more you need to do, but you just feel like there's something you need to do more, probably to get to the point that you really want. So that really stresses me a lot.
And I think it's even from the tone, you can feel like it is stressful,
Yeah, it is. Honestly, it's stressful.
It's true, and I feel like most of the time we are there. Like, there is more that you need to do,
but you don't know what
is the more. What is it? Yeah. Okay. So this is interesting. At least it can remove all the stress. If you could be any household item, which would you choose? Gertrude. Household item.
So it might be anything.
Yeah. This is interesting because even you know what?
Why don't you go first?
Household
I just can't think of something.
Yeah, I know. I think I would be. Mine, I would say something in the kitchen.
In the kitchen.
It's the soup spoon. The one that is folded, because you see it is folded to be able to serve its purpose. So like when they were molding it, they molded it maybe with that intention in mind. If it should be more for living. So I think I would choose to be a soup spoon because it was designed for that specific purpose, and it can mostly serve that purpose. You can't use that
for something else.
Yeah, unless maybe it is maybe let's say maybe you're making pancakes and maybe you're scooping this.
You still can't
Yeah.
use it for that.
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
hey, that's so deep. I wasn't thinking in that way. What? I think for me, I would say I would want to be like the lights.
Wow. You're the light of the
Yeah, I
world.
think I would
Mhm.
like to be the light because I want, in my capacity, even as Gertrude, to serve as a light to probably different people, especially maybe people who are looking up to me in maybe different spheres of life. So I would really want to be light.
Then when we switch off that light.
It's if you switch it off,
Or like
oh my
people will come
goodness.
to you when they need that light,
Mhm.
and then when they don't need it, they don't have to come to you. But you still remain to be the light.
Yeah, I
You still remain to be carrying
yeah.
the light.
I
But
still
you blow out.
remember. No, I won't
No
blow out.
blowing
No,
out.
I won't blow out. That was deep. What you explained was deep because I'm really trying to think. I really can't. Yeah. But for now, let's see it
Yes.
as being the light to those who really look up to me, and just trying to show them or to give them a better model of what they can follow to probably achieve their purpose or achieve whatever goals they want. Yeah.
And I keep on saying
Mm-hmm.
we are the light in our purpose, because if you are serving in your purpose, then you are the light in that specific area. I feel like you are more into fitness, so you are a light in fitness. So when people see you, they need to see that light in you.
Very
you know.
sure.
Yeah, and if you start juggling in between fitness, finance, like it's a lot, such that the light might be a little bit dimmed. So if you know maybe your purpose is in fitness and you focus on that, then you become the light in that. Yeah,
That makes sense.
yeah. It was you now or me?
It's me, it's me.
Okay.
And what is the biggest leap of faith you've taken?
Okay, that is very clear in my mind. The biggest leap of faith that I've taken on myself as Eda is starting the influencer community movement. And just in case you don't know about the influencer is a community where we get to know our purpose more. It's a community where we get to know our purpose and we focus on 5 pillars. We focus on spirituality, physical fitness, financial fitness, social fitness, and mental fitness, where we merge the 5 pillars. So merging the 5 pillars is a guide towards how to actually get to know your purpose. So I can say my biggest leap of faith was that, because you see how they normally say you start something, even if you don't know how, God will guide you in the how. The fact that it's God who gave me that idea, so I know He will guide me through the how. So just taking that next step, as long as I know the next step, that is why I actually started it. But it's, like I said, it has not yet, it's not been an easy journey, but we are growing, we are moving, and being in motion and actually being productive even in the motion is what I think has helped me even get to this level where we can actually record this video.
Oh, wow. That's so impressive. I think for me, the biggest leap of faith I've taken, and it's in connection to actually what you were asking, like how I explained. Initially, I used to be an introverted person, but right now I can say I'm really extroverted, and I'm very open to connecting with different people and so many people. So my biggest leap of faith was, I think, in my career, there's a point where I shifted and from whatever I used to do and got into a space where I would say marketing and sales. And this was a very scary moment for me because it was something I had never tried before, and I was so afraid of trying initially. But when it got to a point that I actually went through, I just decided to let the fear that was holding me back initially and just went into it, and I feel like it was very productive, and especially when it comes to my personal growth and also development as a person, because I would compare the growth I've had in 2 years has been massive as compared to when I used to take mostly the less riskier paths, or just deciding to be laid back and just keep quiet and just follow whatever is there. So it really built me because you have no option but to talk to people, to look for people, to just to work on your emotional intelligence and just know how to go about different situations. Yeah, I think that was my biggest leap of faith.
Yeah, and I think it's really important because most of the time, just the same thing that you have said,
Yeah.
fear holds us back so much, and just having it in our minds that what will the next person say about me, or what will my family say about me. And I think it's a conversation that we were having the other day, that it's okay even if your family, even if your friends do not acknowledge what you are doing in the beginning, as long as it sits right with you, just go forward with it. As long as you feel it is right for you, and you know, sometimes that voice in your mind will keep on cropping in your mind until you actually do something. So if you can still continue feeling that voice in your mind, go for it until that voice now leaves you. Because if you continue leaving it to go away, like the voice is speaking to you but you're not doing something about it, even the voice will get tired, and now you won't have gone for what you think is what you are meant to be, or what you are meant to do. So do not allow fear. Do not allow fear. Just go against that fear.
And then just start. Don't wait for everything to be perfect. Just start. And then you learn in the process.
Yeah. Speaking of which, would you ever open a business?
Definitely yes.
I'm like, I'm waiting for your answer. Like, it's a big yes.
Yeah, it's a big yes. I would definitely open a business, and yes, I would. And I think I would say it's again just connected to what I've said, like whatever question we've discussed before. The leap of faith gave me the courage to actually do things. Like I understood I can actually start a business or start something and manage it to completion, and without feeling stressed, and know how to manage clients. So definitely I would open a business.
Yes, I would as well say definitely yes. Because I feel like the goal to financial freedom is business is diverse. You can be in the service business, you can be in the product business. And me, I have chosen my path to be the service business. Because my goal with the influence, like I want to be in my purpose, making money in my purpose, like enjoying what I am doing,
but at the same time you're making also
money from it. Like it gives you that motivation to keep on, as long as you're enjoying what you're doing. And the whole goal is not to, even if there is no money right now, the whole goal is I am enjoying the process. Even before it is a business. I myself, I am a business because I stand to be a brand by myself. So getting into the grind and actually making money from my purpose, I feel like that would be my biggest goal. So definitely yes, I would start a business. Yeah.
Okay. So on to our last question.
We did it.
Yeah, we did it. Okay. So, what do you do when you're feeling low?
When I am feeling low,
Yes.
I most of the time I just stare to the space. It can be I normally like staring to the the ceiling, because the ceiling is empty and bare and like void, or the sky. So me, as long as I am staring to an empty space, I am okay. It makes me, it's like it makes me think, and my mind goes to the basic level of thinking, and then I can now start thinking through my why is the reason why I am feeling this way. So myself staring at a blank space
would
gives
really
me,
help.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
For me, I think I would say taking a walk. And this way, taking a walk, maybe taking a walk at a park or just somewhere where there's nature and it's quiet. I would also say hiking. It really helps me like just reset and stop thinking about so much. And the fact that it's also in nature, it just makes me feel good. And that's especially what I do when I'm feeling low. And lastly, sometimes like I really feel like working out gives you mental strength and it just helps you to get back on track and reset and start thinking like, as you've said, maybe when you've brought your mind to a blank space, you cannot think clearly. I think that's what it does for me also. Yes.
Yeah, and I agree. I even need the point of spending time with nature. I think there is a way that nature gives you some calmness
And peace.
Yes. And it's like, take it easy, daughter. You know, like take it easy on yourself. We've got some answers for you. I feel like even me, like just walking outside, sometimes I am in the house and I don't know, maybe you're doing an assignment and you're not getting answers, but when you decide to step out, once you come back, things are easier
and clearer.
Yeah.
Wow. That's really nice. Like there's some things I didn't know about you that I think this game has really helped in at least understanding you more, even as the audience really are trying to get to understand us as well.
Yeah, and I have enjoyed it as well. I've also learned some things from you. And I think I'm enjoying this because we get to learn from each other.
Yes.
We get to learn from each other, even to the point where we will maybe bring an expert to explain why we are actually doing these things. I feel like at the point where we are at a good step right now.
Yeah, I think that's really great. Yeah. So thank you guys for joining us today. This was again just to let you now understand your hosts better, and we hope to see you in our next episode.
And don't forget to support us by subscribing as well. Comment down below anything else that you would like to know about us. I hope we will be able to answer.
Yes, I hope so.
Yes, so comment down below, subscribe, and as well share to your families. Yes. Thank you so much, and until next time,
bye.